I'm Guy Tomlinson from Brand Insight Innovation and Marketing Consultancy, the Marketing Directors. Today I want to share ideas on how you can make sure that any research you conduct works really hard and provides you with true competitive advantage. Let's start with why you should bother with researching your customers and brands in the first place. The fact is that the most successful companies are those that are closest to their customers or audiences. They truly understand who they are, what they want, and then engineer their products and services to meet those needs. They do that through research, so you will be at a disadvantage if you rely on your intuition alone, particularly in competitive markets like food, like media, like professional services. So how do you make sure that the research you conduct really does give you an edge? The first step is to consolidate and document what you want to know and do. Talk to your colleagues and write down what you collectively know, what you don't know and what you want to know. This then provides a firm foundation and a clear focus for your research. At the Marketing Directors, we often run collaborative working sessions, or we call them insight revelation sessions, to do this. And don't just write down your research objectives, write down your business objectives and desired business outcomes too. This is important and it helps make sure that your research will deliver practical and useful insights and won't just lie on a shelf gathering dust. If you want more information about this, look at the download on our website. Step 2 is to seek diverse professional advice. Ask 2 or 3 different agencies to pitch. Decide how you will assess the response, and there are likely to be 2 key considerations here. First, that their qualifications in chemistry is right, but in checking this, make sure that any people that you work with are the ones who will truly do the work. And secondly, that the methodology will deliver what you want. And when reviewing the methodology, you should also prefer a mixed methodology over a single method. The default response to address most research challenges is to recommend focus groups. We believe that reliance on this method alone can be blinkered and competitively disadvantageous, because if everybody's using the same technique, how can anyone possibly gain an advantage? It's just not possible. Our view is that insights can come from anywhere, and therefore it's important to look in lots of different places, and it's important to look at the subject matter from different angles and explore it in different ways, and the only way to do that is through a mixed methodology. There are 3 strategies that you can employ to do this. We call them the 3 C's: context, challenge and collaboration. The first C is called context, and it's a common problem that many companies make to inadvertently narrow the focus or scope of exploration, and this means that vital context can be lost. So understanding who consumers are, their needs, their behavioural influences, and the process involved in choosing to buy or consume a product are not always what they seem. So for example, a consumer might prefer a product or service in a completely different category to your own, one that you hadn't thought of. For example, a savoury product rather than a sweet product, or a newspaper rather than a television programme. And understanding what this alternative is and why it's chosen can reveal all kinds of previously unconsidered product, positioning and promotional issues and opportunities. Quirks in the way that your product or service is purchased, consumed or used can also point to product issues or misconceptions. So a thorough understanding of who consumers are, how they live their lives, what's important to them, and what are the criteria by which they choose these products and services is required, and these can only be understood by observation and getting close up. The second C is to provide a challenging experience. What consumers think and feel is typically based on their own frame of reference, i.e. historical experiences, prejudices and memory. This means that consumers often need to be provoked to reveal what is unconsidered, hidden or forgotten. To do this, they need to be challenged, for example by taking them out of their comfort zones or by giving them new experiences. One way to do this is to give consumers a new or completely different product to try. This can help reveal insights on new or unmet needs or barriers that need to be overcome. Another way is to combine loyal and lapsed consumers, i.e. lovers and potentially haters of your product, in a so-called conflict group, and in doing so they debate what's good, what's bad or plain indifferent about a product or service, and this can reveal new insights on what triggers or what inhibits usage. It can also cast new light on the strength of opinions and help uncover new ideas on how they might be overcome. Today we live in an increasingly connected society with greater free flow of information and collaboration. In the IT world, this has led to the development and increasing popularity of open source software. Consumers' familiarity with advertising and brands also means that they are more savvy and more able to discuss things in more technical terms, and this is a boon for researchers and marketers, as it means that consumers can be co-opted not just as evaluators but as co-creators of new marketing solutions. This concept of collaboration can be applied to both who to research, how to research, and what to research. The only limiting factor is our imagination. Not only can consumers be co-opted to develop new forms of product and services, but also a myriad of forms of communication. So in summary, what should you do? First of all, consolidate what you know and what you want to know into a clear brief. Secondly, seek diverse professional advice. And thirdly, don't just choose focus groups, choose a mixed methodology. Consider the 3 C's: context, challenge and collaboration. And finally, if you'd like help to gain an advantage through research and marketing, please get in touch. Our details follow at the end of this video.